Yo, yo, yo. What's up, guys? Kiko Suarez here. Welcome back to a brand new video. If you are watching us on YouTube, I highly appreciate you. And if you're listening on Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, whatever, I also love you. But for the people that are watching, that visually seeing us, as you can tell, my background completely different. This piece of art, this lamp, and everything completely different. As you know, I'm moving to Spain soon, right? And yesterday, my dad came over to my apartment and helped me move out. Because if you didn't know, I don't think I mentioned it before. This past 2 weeks, or the past week, whatever, I sold my bed. So I've been sleeping in my couch. I've been sleeping in my couch for the last week or so. And I hope that this sounds nice. I hope I'm not blowing your ears up. I'm gonna bring it out a little bit. Um, this last week or so, I have been sleeping on my couch, and yesterday, my dad came over, helped me out, move out, and everything. Now I'm gonna be sleeping in the my old room in this house, in my parents' house, until my visa gets approved, and then I leave. And that's great and everything. But I was thinking, just like, bro, like, there has to be a way that I can record and I can do everything, because right now I don't have my main computer, the big one, the beefy one, but I have my laptop, I have my Apple, my MacBook. So there should be a way. I connected this little guy with the charger, and it works. It seems like it works. And obviously, this camera is not the best. It's not 1080, but it's gonna have to do. It's gonna have to do, right? I'd rather you guys hear me properly and see me grainy than not hear me properly. Like, I will not record an episode only on my laptop, right? On the microphone laptop. But on that note, I do want to say, as always, thank you for all the support. We're growing a lot. I started this podcast again, and I'm going to keep posting until you guys tell me not to, or until I just decide not to. But I like it. I'm enjoying this. And doing this kind of like recap is helping me out a lot. So that I really wanted to post a video for you guys today. So if you watch this one, I highly appreciate you. But okay. Besides that, before we jump into the topics of today, as always, a reminder of leaving us a review, a 5-star review, or whatever review you want. I want the 5-star review, though. If you could help me out on Spotify, on iTunes, on whatever you're watching, that helps me out a lot. Just go ahead, follow it, and leave the 5-star review. And also, if you're watching me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe. Why have you not? Go ahead and subscribe. We're trying to grow it. Drop a like. And as always, I'm Kiko Suarez. All social media, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, Spotify is I'm Kiko Suarez. Any other social media that you can think of, I'm Kiko Suarez. I'm probably there. And as always, shout out to our partners, Chalkboard, the best DFS, the best player prop app, in my opinion. Use code Kiko, get 100% matchup on your first deposit up to $100, and make some money. But besides that, let's jump into the topic. Yesterday was Champions League football, right? And I talked about the Real Madrid game, and I talked about I already forgot who else played the same day that Real Madrid played. But yesterday, it was Real Sociedad versus Paris Saint-Germain and Bayern Munich versus Lazio. If you saw my prediction, I said it. I said, be careful with Lazio. Be careful with Lazio. And what went on and happened? Lazio beat Bayern Munich. Let's talk about that game first, because that game, I still don't understand. How does Bayern Munich do this? How does Bayern let it get this bad? Upamecano gets a red card. That same red card, I believe, is the reason why Cheeto gets the penalty. I believe so. I already watched the game. I just forget if the red card is the reason for the penalty or not. But regardless of the fact, bro, there's no reason. Bayern will probably win at Germany. They probably will, and that probably will be the end of this, and we're just going to be fine to being like, oh, Bayern was just, they're too good, they're one of the candidates, etc., etc. But this is ringing the alarms in Germany, not because they're playing bad or because they lost. It's because they're playing bad. Against Bayer Leverkusen, they had a whopping 1 shot on target. And against Lazio, they had 0 shots on target, which is an issue because they had 17 shots. And if you remember at the beginning of the season, to give you an idea of comparison, Real Madrid at the beginning of the season was having this issue. that they started the season creating a lot of chances, but they were not going to go, or the goalkeeper was saving it. And I always said, hey, we're creating chances. They're going on target, but we're not scoring them. So once it clicks and once the players get a little bit sharp, the goals are gonna flow. Real Madrid hasn't had a game without a goal in over a year. So that tells you, okay, it clicked. We're in the middle of the season. This is not good for Bayern. Not good that at the middle of the season, your players are not sharp. Because this is the time of the season, specifically for Bayern with everything they have in the line. Specifically for Bayern, if their players don't start clicking, if their players don't start capitalizing, it's gonna be bad. And Tuchel, my brother, start learning Chinese. Because even if they win the Bundesliga, I think they're gonna sack him. I honestly do think so, because Nagelsmann, period, which I feel like Nagelsmann was unfairly sacked, unfairly treated. He should have been the guy right now. He should have still be at the helm. And in his time, he only lost 10 games, right? His whole time with Bayern, he only lost 10 games. Tuchel already lost 10 games, and he has played half or managed half of the games as Nagelsmann. Do you understand how mad that is? Do you understand how crazy it is that they already have the same amount of losses with half the games played? And brother, oh brother, for the love... And let me... that's unprofessional for my part. Let me put my phone on Do Not Disturb. And why is this still ringing? There we go. And brother, oh brother, Harry Kane, my brother in Christ, you're a striker. You know that, right? You are a striker. You are a number 9. You have the number 9 this time. You're not the number 10 in Spurs anymore. You are the number 9, and you have good enough players, not like in Spurs, not like in Tottenham, that you had to do the hero ball. You are the number 9. You have Musiala, Thomas Müller, Leroy Sané, Kingsley Coman, Kimmich, Goretzka, Davies, Guerreiro, Masuaruri. I probably mispronounced that game. Matisse Tel, Choupo-Moting. And that's about it for what I can see of the players that will get him the ball. You're playing with those type of players. There is no reason that you should still be reaching into the midfield and trying to get the ball and open the wings. When, bro, first off, there's multiple comps already, but if you go watch what he was doing yesterday in Bayern, it is laughable. Bro, it is laughable that he wants to go all the way to the midfield and lose the ball, bro. The striker's job is to shoot and get chances. You're not even doing that. You're not even doing it. You're trying to compensate your style of play because of what reason? Because that's what you used to do at Spurs? Guess what? You don't need to. You don't need to, brother. You don't need to, Kane. Just get in the fucking box. Just stay in the box. It's really... I remember when people were saying Ronaldo ruined Juventus, Ronaldo did that, blah, 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 blah. Ronaldo did his job. It was the rest of the team that didn't do it. Meanwhile, Kane is not doing his job. He should be scoring. He should be getting the chances. And he's rather doing something else. They paid 100 million or whatever much it was for Kane for a world-class striker, goal scorer, poacher, whatever. And they're getting a center defensive mid. It doesn't make sense. He started the season so well. And now he's in the freaking midfield trying to overdo or overcompensate for what reason? I don't freaking know. I honestly don't freaking know. It is baffling. Baffling in my opinion. I don't get it. Now, again, this is overreaction. This is legitimate just me being mad at the way the Bayern is being handled. Because if you didn't know, when it comes down to Germany, as always, I said, Real Madrid is my main team. Real Madrid in all competitions, in Spain, in whatever situation, it's going to be Real Madrid. The only two teams that overshadow Real Madrid are Olimpia, which is the team from my city in Honduras, and the freaking Honduran national team. Those are the only two teams that overshadow my support for Real Madrid. And they're never going to face each other. And if they do, I'm going to go crazy. But those are the only two teams. Then after that, just for keeping my interest on, I have teams in every single league. So Bayern Munich is my team in Germany. I've supported them. I have a shirt from them from 2014. Inter in Serie A, Ajax in the Eredivisie, Lyon in Ligue 1, LA Galaxy in the MLS, etc., etc. So I keep up with Bayern. And the way they're being managed right now, the way that they're doing is unacceptable. It's unacceptable. And it doesn't make sense that the board is being this complacent, this idiotic. And then also it's just the players. Not even the players. I want to put the whole blame on Tuchel because what the fuck are you doing, guy? Legitimate, what are you doing? Like, it really, like, this is the thing, the reason why I'm so blessed and at the same time so lucky that when I was little, I happened to be supporting Real Madrid because of my best friend and everyone, and all my friends and everyone. Because fast forward 15 years later, bro, it's Florentino Perez and everyone else is it's such an easy thing to be a Madrid fan nowadays. Legitimate. Back then, when I was a fan, bro, it was hell. It was hell because Barca was dog walking us. We weren't that good, and we weren't winning. Ever since, bro, cruise down the park. Like, the worst situation has been 2014-15 and the 2019-20 season. That's it. Besides that, what do I have to complain? That we didn't win everything? Okay, yeah, that's being competitive, but like, at least I see that it's being properly run and it's being taken serious. Bayern, Manchester United, Chelsea, all of them, I'm like, that is a roller coaster of a club that I don't want to go through, and I'm blessed about it. But what is going on over there? I don't get it. I honestly don't get it. Let's move on before I keep rambling about Bayern Munich. They're probably going to win the second leg. Honestly, it is in Germany, and they're probably going to be like the Germans they're just going to be pissed about it. So they're probably going to get the result. I just find them mad still. The second one was Paris Saint-Germain versus Real Sociedad. So this game, bro, it comes down to individual tactics. It really comes down to individual furniture or individual abilities and individual talent, because Real Sociedad was the better team. The Real Sociedad was the more cohesive. They're having more possession, more passes. They were more conservative with the ball. Obviously, they're playing in Paris, but every time the PSG had the ball, bro, immediately the more dangerous team. This is why I always say having possession and keeping the ball and creating chances. Yeah, you're overall dominating the game statistically, but when you watch it, you're like, yeah, but every time the PSG had the ball, you feel they could score. And Mbappe only needed. He had like 4 or 5 shots on target. The fact that Mbappe only scores 1 goal is crazy as is, but PSG could have ended the matchup, the round in this game, because Mbappe hits the post. Again, like I said, he had like 3 to 4 shots on target. Then just the overall chances that PSG was creating, they could have capitalized and just be like 4-0, go to Spain, lose 2-0 and still go through. But Kylian Mbappe with a beautiful goal from a flick. I forget who does it in the middle of the box, and he just beats everyone with his reaction time in the back post, and just puts in the roof of the net. And then Bradley Barcola with a beautiful goal. He goes super fast on the wing. He gets the ball, just burns whoever the defender on him was or the midfielder he was, and then just shoots it between the legs of the Real Sociedad goalkeeper and puts it 2-0. Beautiful goal. And it's a physicality type goal because it reminds me a lot of a Bale type goal that is just like, I'm faster than everyone else, and if you catch me, great, but you probably won't. Do I think Real Sociedad still has a chance? It is in Spain. It is in Real Sociedad, the second game, the second leg. And at that point, bro, Real Sociedad at home is one of the best teams in Spain. So I could see them winning that game. Now, they need a 3-0 game. And knowing PSG, they're going to score at least once. So they will need a 3-1 to at least go to overtime. Or extra time, which at that point, it will be. I thought the 1-0 was very reasonable. I thought Real Sociedad with a 1-0 could do very well and could easily go back home and just turn it around. But with the 2-0, I think it's too high of a mountain. You never know. That's the beautiful thing about the Champions League. But I think PSG, with the individual talent that they have, is just a little too much at the moment. I feel sorry for Real Sociedad because I thought they had it, but like right now, at the beginning of the season, if this game had been earlier in the season, Real Sociedad could have comfortably won because PSG was bad and Real Sociedad was at their best. Now I think they flip flop. PSG is arguably at their best right now, and Real Sociedad, when I watch them, they're not the same team. Then they're not the same aggressive, creative, straight dominant team that was at the beginning of the season. That being because of the players going to the Asian Cup, and I don't know if they had any players going to the AFCON Cup, the AFCON tournament. But I know Kubo went with Japan to the Asian Cup, which could have probably derailed him and stop the momentum because he's the best player for Real Sociedad, in my opinion. If not Merino, Subimendi, one of them. But now, if I was to do a prediction, I think PSG goes through, and then Bayern goes through. I did say in my original prediction that Lazio will go through, and now that they have the first one, I think it's just Bayern's too big, bro. I still want to double down and say that Lazio will go through, but the fact that the second game is in Germany, it's gonna be, bro. It might be a slaughterfest. Besides that, today I know we have Europa League. I really haven't seen what games they're gonna be today, so let's just take a look. Let's just do a quick prediction for all of them. There's about 1, 2, 3. There's 8 games today. That's a lot. All right, so real quick, Galatasaray versus Sparta Praha. I don't know what that is, so I'm gonna go with Galatasaray. Shakhtar Donetsk versus Marseille. That is a game. That is a really good game. I believe, if I'm not wrong, Marseille is. I wanna see their league. I don't wanna see. I wanna see how Marseille is doing in the Ligue 1. Let's see. So Marseille at the moment is 8th in Ligue 1, and they have drawn they have drawn 4 out of the last 5, and they also lost that one other game, so they haven't won in a while. If I was to pick, Shakhtar is always good. Shakhtar is always really, really good. So it is in Ukraine. It is in Shakhtar. Did I? I'm right by saying they're a Ukrainian team, right? For some reason, I'm doubting myself as if they're not. Shakhtar. As you can tell, this is a different setup because usually I will have 2 screens so I can do it faster. But yeah, Ukrainian team. For some reason, I was like, did I just spew something? They're like a Russian team. No, they're Ukrainian. I was right. So let's see. I'm checking though, and they've been playing friendlies. So I would say Shakhtar's probably gonna win just because it is in Ukraine or whatever they're gonna play. Since I don't know if because of the war they're playing in a different stadium. But Ukraine, bro, Shakhtar, they're always a good team, and Marseille, they're not at their best, so they might do it. The game of the day though is Feyenoord versus Roma. Roma doesn't have Mourinho anymore. Feyenoord is on the verge. I forget if it's Feyenoord or PSV that I'm gonna check on my phone. I think that's easier. I forget if it's Feyenoord or PSV in the Eredivisie that are on path of being the first invincibles. No, okay, so it's PSV. By the way, shout out to PSV, bro. 21 games, 19 wins, 2 draws, 0 losses in the Eredivisie. 68 goals scored, 10 conceded. That is insane. That is insane. Feyenoord is second, though, with 21 games, 15 wins, 4 draws, and 2 losses. Probably one of the losses came to Feyenoord. And recently, out of the past 5 games, they beat PSV in the KNVB Cup, which is basically the Copa del Rey, and only draw against FC Twente. So they're definitely doing good. Recently, I want to see that has been Santi Jimenez playing well. He hasn't scored in the last 3 games. 4 games if you take into account the draw. And also didn't score against PSV. So we don't know. Roma has been doing good ever since they let go what's his name, Mourinho, and now De Rossi, the ex-player, is coaching them. They have been doing good. It is in Holland, in Netherlands, so I could see a draw or or Roma giving. No, I could see a draw or Feyenoord winning. Then after that, we have Young Boys versus Sporting. Sporting's going to win. AC Milan versus Rennes. AC Milan. Benfica, Toulouse. Benfica, Braga, Karabakh. That should be Braga. And Lens versus Freiburg should be Lens. And then in the Conference League, does any game jump at me real quick? Olympiacos versus Ferencvaros. Olympiacos going to win that. Union Saint-Gilloise versus Frankfurt. That is a game. That is a game. The best Belgian team versus Frankfurt. That is gonna be a game. It is in Belgium, so I'm gonna say they're gonna win or they're gonna draw. But Frankfurt, bro, this game is good. Then Ajax is playing against Bodo Glimt from Sweden. Ajax should win. They finally picked up their level. Maccabi Haifa versus Genk. That's going to be a good game. Real Betis versus Dinamo Zagreb. Name-wise, that is a cool game. Quality-wise, Real Betis should win that. And then after that, that's pretty much it. There's no more games to think about for today. Sorry that I posted this at 10:30. Usually it will be posted at 10, but like I said, yesterday I moved out and everything. One last thing that I do want to say is thoughts and prayers and everything for the people, for the one person that lost his life and for the injured in the Kansas City parade, the shooting that happened. That is something that needs to change. That is something that really breaks my heart because we have dealt with shootings and everything in the United States, and it's not something that I'm not used to already, which is it's a sad thing to say that I'm already cold to it or I'm already used to it. But the fact that it happened in a sporting event, because I don't think it has ever happened in a sporting event. I think it has happened only for school shootings, which is sad, universities, anything like that, or like malls or everything. I don't think I ever heard of a sporting event being the target, and now it happened yesterday. And really puts into perspective and puts the whole country into notice that, like, hey, you're hosting the World Cup in 2 years. You're doing that. You're doing something that the whole world will put a lens, will put a freaking magnifying glass on your situation. And this is still going on in big 2024? That is something that has to change. Something that I don't know how to change it. I think there's multiple examples that we can take from other countries on how to deal with gun control and everything. But I'm not a politician. I've never been into politics, and I'm not going to get into it. But something needs to change. What that is, I don't know. But again, thoughts and prayers to the families, to the injured, and rest in peace to the person that lost his life. He went to celebrate and see his team raise a trophy. Now he won't even be able to see his kid or his family ever again, let alone that team that he supports, that he wanted to celebrate with. Sorry to end the podcast in that note, but I just wanted to address that. But besides that, I appreciate you all. Love you all. As always, drop the 5-star review and follow us, and also whatever you're watching, just drop a like and let me know in the comments what you thought of the episode. If you if you had any questions or I missed on anything, let me know. But as always, have an amazing day. Peace.